I'm thinking that uh, we should either try to head to the wizarding school to take our chances there to try to help them stabilize whatever's going on, and then maybe hold out at the wizarding college to try to break the wave of orcs coming. Or we make our way out of town to where everyone is evacuated to try to collaborate with the village members about what they think the best course of action is. Do they want to stay on their ground and fight, or should we move out with them? Or maybe should we find some cave system nearby so that's part of the Underdark to hide out in until the orcs come through, and then we can go back out and salvage whatever's left.
I'm going to start back up towards where Mar Simmons is deposited.
Mm. How low are you, Cal, from that throw?
I will do the exact math for you. One moment.
Like 1/3 or something roundabouts.
And what are you, Emus?
I got a whopping 14 hit points.
I
Okay.
am missing 113 health.
I've got 2/3 of my health.
But I have
So
all
what
my
does that
spell
equal,
slots.
Boogie? Or yeah, Boogie. What does that equal?
I have 97 hit points.
But I believe I still have my heal second wind. I do. I haven't used it yet. Ooh. How many fighter levels do I have now?
I think I'll do that also.
Let me second wind myself. That's nice.
Oh, I'm not near as bad as I thought I was. So it looks like Emus is the worst.
Okay, team, go take care of it. I'm just gonna step back over there for a little while and cower.
Well, I've got lay of hands, and I can restore up to 70. And then I can do a prayer of healing once we get to the school.
Oh, I rolled terrible. I rolled a 1.
For what, you're healing?
Yeah, so 8, 9. I get 9 hit points. $56.
Well,
My second one was a
Okay.
bit stronger than that.
Lucky duck.
I'm getting 22 back.
Oh, he got money.
What are you guys doing? What's the decision? You guys are kind of chilling out in this little cavern pool area with the little fire elementals dancing around under the water.
yeah. So, do we want to try to help out with the college and then weather the storm with the orcs at the college if we can help out there, or do we want to head out to the town members and see about what they want to do, whether they want to stand and fight or whether they would rather hide out until the orcs can pass through? Those are my two suggestions.
I think that we spend a good amount of healing getting you and Bezoit back up decently. And can I have my bow back? You've got your magic one now.
Yes, you can have your bow back, absolutely, and the physical arrows.
Thanks.
I think I only used 2.
Cool.
I don't really want to try to fight Archon right now, if I'm 100% honest.
So right now we've got the wizards along with us, even if we're not 100%. If we run away, the wizards might not be around.
Hold on.
But all the townspeople will be okay.
Let's take a vote. seems like a good way. Are we all in favor of taking a vote real quick on each thing, and then
Sure.
majority rules?
I
I
just
think
have
we-
a question on if fighting the orcs means you're fighting Archon. Because I'm willing to fight the orcs, but
Well, that's kind of like asking for a spoiler, ain't it?
Yeah, I can't tell you that.
So
yeah.
I say we heal up and go skirmish them.
Skirmish
So-
the orcs?
Yeah, there's fighting in that direction.
No. We don't know if there's fighting that direction. We know that there's a lot of noise and horn blowing coming from that direction. The fighting is going on at the arcane school.
Okay, so all in favor of going to the orcs.
So wait, so what is going on? There's the drums happening off to the northeast, and there's also fighting over at the school.
Yes, that is actually a great question. And as Boogie looks around and is trying to assess what's going on, you would actually see a major gust of wind and then the sound of a couple males yelling as this kind of tornado erupts in that corridor over in the Wizarding District, kind of in between their little shopette area. And it, in the distance, sounds like screaming that kind of gets further away. Like, "Ah."
Can I
Sorry, go ahead with your question.
can I hear any orc chanting? Or is it just like raw?
So, make a perception check for me.
Okay, I should have is perception intelligence? No, it's wisdom. Fuck.
All your magic items have restored their connection to the weave, by the way.
15 perception.
Okay. As you close your eyes and listen, you hear the familiar beating, perhaps assisted by the wind and the dying down rain. You can also hear the distant chanting of orcs and the excited chirping, hollering of goblins.
Okay. So the reason I'm going down this route is like this is like the first time I get to do something against a favorite enemy of mine. So beasts are one of my favorite enemies, and I learned how to speak orc from that. So I was wondering if I can make out anything that's being chanted. And I have advantage on intelligence. I have advantages on survival checks to track your favorite enemies, as well as intelligence checks to recall information about them.
Okay. Yes. Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me to see if you're able to decipher what they're saying.
Well, instead of it just being a straight, flat intelligence check, shouldn't it be like an actual skill?
What skill are you thinking?
That's the thing. I don't really have an intelligence. All my intelligence skills are +0, so I guess it's gonna be flat intelligence check. All right.
Well,
If,
Eric,
if there's a
or
skill that you
never
can
mind.
think of that, like, whoa,
No.
a lot of wind
No.
coming from you, Mom.
First roll is 10. Second roll is 2. So 10 plus 10 plus 0. So 10.
You're not able to, especially from the distance, make out a definitive word that they're saying, but it sounds like they're repeating the same short word over and over. It might be two words together.
Okay. I'd like to try to recall information about orcs massing and swarming and like what can trigger it, what can stop it, how does it normally go.
So what has happened right now is our team has gotten together. This isn't to answer Emus's question, but our team has gotten together. We have the vague idea that we want to vote on what we do next. I've put forth the idea that we heal up, but I just now realized that there seems to be combat in 2 areas. Oh,
Combat in one area,
and
but there's
with
another-
with that realization, I want to send my owl way up into the sky to go scout the orc area and get some vague idea of how many there are and what's the status.
What's the 2 areas?
Again, the wizarding school is where the fighting is going on, or around that area. The orc band is just marching closer and closer. We don't know what's going on with them. Best guess, right, is it's just some sort of frenzied orc band that's charging into town to just do a raid. We don't know.
Remember, it is also coming from the direction that the chaos energy was flowing to from the portal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if it's that one dude, we're gonna die.
If that's that one dude, we're gonna die.
I think she means Archon the Cruel, the
Yes.
dragonborn of the Shar.
And I had said, is everybody within 30 feet of me at the moment? Or is Cal still like far away?
Let me measure the exact distance I am from you.
And we don't need to, we don't need to be specific on the board. Like in theater of mind, are you guys kind of huddled up right now, or are you
I
spread
guess
out and
Emus
attached?
is still
Yes.
Emus is still flying, so I guess they just fly across the body of water, come over.
I made my way over to where everybody was when
Yeah,
we
I would
initially
like to
approached.
do prayer of healing for all of us.
Okay.
And I got 9 and 5. That's 14 for everybody.
Nice.
At
Better than when I
14?
rolled.
I'm sorry,
Yes,
14 or 19?
14.
Okay, 14.
Yeah. And Emus, are
14?
you in the ethereal world? How do you say that?
You
Ethereal?
said it right.
No.
You said it right.
Ethereal.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
If you come to me, I will do some lay of hands on you.
Lay your hands upon me, Sam.
Yeah, it's a little bit creepy. I'm gonna restore 50 hit points to you.
Oh boy, thank you, ma'am. You can lay your hands on me anytime you want. Any
Not
There,
way
at
you
Marie.
least,
want.
at least now everybody's not gonna die with one hit.
Well, I was really expecting her to respond, just like slapping me across the face. You know, let's lay hands on somebody. So
Healed bitch.
Did you hear me say, what about Marie?
what about
Who's
Marie?
Marie?
For all the way back from that little town.
Rivington.
Rivington, yeah.
Is she with
Oh
us?
no.
No. She's
Oh,
infatuated with him. They're gonna get married
yeah.
one day.
Oh, that's what she thinks.
Plans. Seth, this is going to be a bit tedious, but because you kind of asked me a vague question, I'm going to make it a little tedious on you. I
Okay.
want you to roll 3 different checks for me as you mull over the potential reasons that the orcs could be raging with you and your
Okay.
ranger knowledge.
Well, not necessarily the reason why they're raging, but how it typically goes, and if there's a way to stop the rage from happening. Like historically, what has been the best course of action when orcs are raging? Is it just to get the fuck out of their way, or is there a way to like distract them or deter them?
Okay, that's a much more specific question, and I think you would, as a ranger, probably not even need to roll and just know the answer to that.
Okay.
And the answer to that, it depends. um, generally speaking, okay, first of all, I'm still gonna make you roll these rolls because they're gonna influence how much information you
Sure.
glean. Okay, so you're gonna make a history, arcana, and a religion check for me.
History is intelligence, arcana is intelligence, and what was the last one?
They're all intelligence, I believe. Religion.
Okay, so I'm gonna get advantage at all these rolls, but plus nothing. First one was a nat. Oh no, the first one was a 20. So I don't
Nice.
have to roll that again. So that was before Arcana. Second one I'm doing history. 18, 14, so 18. And then for religion, 14, 9, so 14.
Dang, pretty nice.
Yeah, I wasted my nat 20 of the day.
It's actually probably the best nat 20 that you could have got though on the arcana. So you haven't ever experienced it yourself, but you've heard in text and reading in school that chaotic creatures are drawn very intensely to chaotic magic, and a goblin tribe or an orc tribe is not going to be as deadly or dangerous or scary than they are with a shaman and like someone who can channel chaotic magic, someone that can imbue them with energy of chaos essentially. And if that happens and when that happens, they're very, what's the word? I'm getting distracted with all the crinkle sounds.
I thought I was muted.
You always do.
Yeah, they're very not susceptible, maybe, I don't know the right word. They're very like receptive to chaos magic. And when they have a shaman or shamans or any source of a magical caster that's able to imbue them with that power that they otherwise generally lack the ability to attune to, that the normal rage becomes something of an entirely different animal. Like it's been like in history when this has happened, been known to potentially change countrysides, like entire villages, towns. Like it takes like city armies to stop that level of.
All right. Emus knows what his vote's going to be. So to the party, Emus is going to turn and be like, say to everyone else, uh, look, I don't think we have the forces necessary to stop a group that's frenzied like that. I think we should go and regroup with the villagers and try to help them get them out of harm's way at the very least. I think that's all we can really do right now. So
Historical
my
context.
Most of the villagers have left.
You also
right.
rolled a history roll real quick, so let me fill you in on that.
Okay.
In the past, when massive raves have happened, the natural enemy of the orcs is historically the elves and the humans, and the elves were the ones who, in the most recent memory, stopped the last massive rage. And those elves generally reside in the woods that are where Myth-Janor is. If you guys remember, kind of towards your guys' south, Comanthor. So that's your
Yeah.
history check there.
Okay. What about
Will
religion?
orcs just rage until they feel sated? Like they keep going through towns and towns until they're able to be stopped?
So religion check. Let me make sure I'm not butchering the name here. Like Malakbar. What's racist?
Orcs are racist. You don't keep a spare set of batteries ready to go if you use wireless gear? How did it die? Oh, you know how to fix that, Andrew. Use your on-screen keyboard. Yeah, problem solved for now, at least.
So the religion check, Seth. The orc deity is a orc god named Grumsh. Grumsh is basically a violent, war-hungry, bloodthirsty deity who is worshipped through destruction and war. And as luck would have it, the most devout tribe of orcs to this god is called the tribe of He Who Watches. Um, and it's not known where they reside, but it is known that they have been spotted in the Dalelands, which is currently where you guys are.
Wait, you're saying that they follow the dude called He Who Watches.
No,
Oh,
the
sorry, repeat that
religious
one more time.
tribe, the religious tribe that worships Grumsh the most zealously is called the tribe of He Who Watches.
Gotcha. Okay. So it potentially could be that tribe.
Essentially, yes.
Do we know anything about? Do I know anything about that tribe that makes them significant other than who they worship? Like, are they known for just being zealots to this deity, or are they known for unusual cruelness because they're allegiance to this deity, or they've been known to be more forgiving because they follow this
First two.
deity?
The first two. In their
Okay.
devout worship of Grumsh, they are not some of, they are known as the cruelest of the cruel orcs.
Okay. Yeah, Emus has his vote. Emus is voting to go out to the civilians and try to get everyone out of that way, out of their way, and try to save as many people as we can.
And that's
And
one
then run
vote
away.
for. We have orcs, villagers, schools. We currently have one vote for villagers.
Is that warning the villagers as we're fleeing?
Yeah, that's us running out to the villagers and being like, "Hey, we need to move out of their war path like now, and try to get everyone out of their way, and somewhere safe where they can lay low for a while until they pass through the area, and then try to reclaim their city." Yes, or at least we don't have, in our current state, we don't have the capacity to defeat them. If we had like a couple days of prep time where we could like set up traps and organize townsfolk into ranks and stuff, like maybe, but no, I don't think we have that ability, especially since the defenses of the town have already been damaged so much with the arcane school infighting and the fact that most of the town's guard are either gone or dead.
Question: are we warning the school or no? Like, I know they're also fighting, but
Yeah, I don't.
So even though it does sound like they're about a mile away, from having recently looked at the map, I think you guys would be aware that on the outside of that forest, right on the edge of that forest, is a small hamlet called Harlan, and that is in between you guys or it's in between the orcs and Shadowdale. So there would be a little bit of a
buffer.
buffer, yeah, as they rampage and rage through Harlan.
So, saying something that my character doesn't know, like the information that only Emus remembers of his favorite enemy, um, we just disabled the chaotic energy inflow for all the orcs.
Doesn't matter. They've already been whipped into a frenzy. It's like an on-off switch. They've been turned on, and they're going to keep going until they get turned off.
Yes, but they don't have the extra benefit that they would have. At least, I don't think that they are going to have the extra benefit of the chaos energy for their frenzy.
What if it's like it was souped up and the battery was more charged or overcharged, and it's staying at that capacity?
Do you want to stay and fight this wave of orcs that are coming? Is that what you're saying?
Knowing what I know, I would vote towards fighting the orcs since you guys are afraid of the calculating smart guy. Let's attempt to do something. But with the information that Boogie has, he's just taking Emus's word for gospel. And also people are afraid of the caster.
Okay. All right. So 2 votes for going out to the town of villagers. Who's left? Sam, Caitlin.
Yeah, I think I am not ready to fight that stuff.
Same.
All right.
You
I
guys
guess
can
we're.
hear over underneath Agatha, not awake yet, but the stirring and groaning of Mersimmons, who is on his way to recovering consciousness.
Someone punch that fool out again.
Agatha cocks her hand back, ready to strike, taking you seriously.
It'd probably be easier if we didn't have to carry him. Let's let him walk.
Miss down.
No, it'd totally be easier for me to just carry him. But Yeah, I certainly don't want to fight him again. Yeah, carrying him is going to be the best option if we have that.
You guys see a lightning bolt come down out of this kind of magically created dark cloud hovering over that shopette area over the wizard district, and the lightning bolt comes striking down into the alleyway.
Well, I guess we should make our way out, huh? Eames is going to start scrambling down the rocks to head towards where the
I had
villagers
2 votes
evacuated.
for villager. That's what everyone's voting for.
I believe
I
so.
had 2 votes for villagers.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's unanimous.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
I pick up Mayor Simmons and head with everybody.
what are you like? Where are you going to look for the villagers?
Just in the direction that we told them to evacuate in, so just out the city. Maybe we can hear them retreating. Maybe they've got some torches or something that we could see in the distance.
I think we told them to go south.
We definitely told them to go. Hold on, I actually have to look at the in-game.
Yeah, I believe it was south.
Yes, south.
Because the orcs are coming from northeast. Archon was north.
And I oriented everything on this map to that one dude's shop, and I can't find it right now, so I'm kind of lost.
Valkus's shop.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right. Where opposite direction. Oh, yep, south.
All right. So, as you guys come out to a kind of empty town, coming to a southern bridge, you don't see any villagers over here at all. But there is a plethora of footprints that would be easily followed.
Ooh. I think I can do something about that. Hang on. Uh, I thought I had that. Yeah, oh, just mending hunt cantrip. I don't have like prestidigitation or anything. Oogie, you have prestidigitation. Can't you alter like dirt and mud slightly?
Yeah, actually, I switched my light out since you got light for mold earth. So
Heck yeah,
I've
and
got
that's
that.
a cantrip, right?
Yep.
Sweet. So why don't we, as we walk out of town, if you could like cover up the flood of steps to make it look more neutral?
It's gonna take a long time, but sure.
I think
I
that's
start doing it
something.
immediately.
Yeah, I think that's something that's definitely going to be helpful, and that I think we have barely enough time to do.
That the plan then? You guys are going to follow the tracks and then mend the earth around you?
Like, I start doing it in the area where the tracks are starting to converge towards the bridge, and then continue to work on the bridge and then farther. If somebody is following an individual set of tracks, I'm sure they'll easily see that it just stops while it's kind of heading towards the bridge.
What is this spell called?
Mold
Mold
earth.
earth?
Yeah, I've got Mold Earth. I've also got Prestidigitation, but I think Mold Earth is a better fit for what I'm trying to do here.
I agree.
30-foot or a 5-foot cube.
What's the cast time?
One
It's
action.
an action just like the other one.
So 6 seconds. Okay, so you know that this will last for an hour, right? And then it'll revert back to the footprints.
Oh no,
What?
I'm actually shaping the earth. I'm not doing any sort of temporary thing.
Okay. So you're not using the third option of it says if the dirt or stone you target is on the ground, you can cause it to become difficult terrain. Alternatively, you can cause the ground to become normal terrain if it is already difficult terrain, and this change lasts for an hour.
Yeah, it's not that at all.
We're just trying to erase the foot tracks, essentially, the footprints.
Yeah, and that difficult terrain, I think I can only do so many of those. Where, as far as just moving Earth around, I can do that. It's all instantaneous. I can do it whenever I want.
Okay.
Um,
So okay, I see what you're doing.
yeah,
Probably.
So it's like a 5 square foot per cast, but I can keep doing it.
Okay, so just so you know, it will take quite some time to do that, the distance, but you're welcome to do so.
Why don't we, instead of starting like right here or even on the other side of the bridge, why don't we actually like wait for the footprints to deviate from the trail, and we'll start from there, because that's where we care about hiding it. Because this is a pathway, this is a roadway. Like there's going to be movement on it. No, we don't care about that. So whenever it deviates from the actual road is when we'll start doing it.
You got it, boss. I say, stopping what I was doing, like clearing the things going towards the bridge, and just like jog over to where you just suggested.
Sweet.
Okay, let me
So-
get everyone together, and then I'll move everyone as a group.
Yeah. Heck yeah. I like where this is going.
Where is Zoit? There you are, you sneaky lizard.
How dare you call me a lizard?
I'll do it again.
Actually, I'm the blood descendant of the great dragon.
Damn it.
That's
Is
your
it
dragon.
Tiamat?
That's Bahamut, but I don't think I think some people got lost behind.
Yeah, I feel like I got dropped off.
All right, I got you.
I was like, what about me? What about me?
See you later.
Wait, I went past you? I'm
Yeah,
not
we're
lost.
way off to the east from whatever the heck that is. Here we go.
All right.
Whee!
All right, so you guys come out to the end here where you see what used to be a little bit of a guard post, but the guards are no longer there. As you come out, it looks like the muddy footprints button hook kind of drastically. They come out to here, and then once they reach right here, they start heading this way.
Yeah, so that's what we'll start
Kind of,
covering up the tracks.
Okay. As you get out to this area, you can see some of those wizard sculptures and things that were created, and in the distance, let me clear up the rain a little bit. The rain is lifting slightly.
Oh, I can't control my character right now. Oh, yeah, I can. Never mind. Meow.
I have rain medium, but I don't have rain light. Why would they give me a medium?
Those jerks. Emus would be the second best person to cover up tracks. If everybody
Yeah.
else wants to go, like,
I was
I
thinking
can
about
actually-
that. Could I, like, would it be easier for you to, could, like, you cast your spell a little bit faster? Like, if I walk ahead of you with some ropes, with some, dragging some, like, a wood log behind to kind of smooth everything over, and then you're, like, more trying to return it back to its natural state?
no, my spell is limited to 5 by 5. You can cover an area that's easy to do, and I can do the hard stuff.
Okay,
But, yeah.
so why don't we do this? Real quick, I'm going to grab a length of rope I have, and I want to find a pretty wide log. That's got a little bit of heft to it, but it's not, like, going to slow me down tremendously. Tie the loop of rope to each end of the log, so I'm pulling it, perpendicularly behind me. That way, that it's like a rake that's gonna like drag over the ground. That's gonna kind of level everything out. And if like anything's too deep or too big left behind or too obvious, Boogie then can use his cantrip to help cover that up a bit more. Return it. Return the
Everyone get ready for a skill check challenge.
Yeah, let's do this.
So yeah,
If you guys want to work together to contribute that, we can totally do that, and it'll definitely cut time off.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds fun.
That
So
feels much better than
once
standing
I
and looking at him work.
once I realize what Emus is doing, I'm going to go ahead and draw a better rake for him. Just to
Or more like a plow type thing that'd be better suited for it.
yeah, so
A
a
blade.
more uniform, just kind of like a really huge doorstop. So you could
Heck
use
yeah.
your rope to grab one end, but the other end is just flat, it's dragging along the ground.
Okay. And then if it's not heavy enough, I'm going to lay some rocks on top of it to kind of help weigh it down and smush the mud.
All right, Seth. So it sounds like you're making an athletics check.
Would that be athletic? I guess so. Sure.
Ah!
Well, couldn't I use a stealth check because I'm using my stealth knowledge of stealth to try to cover up a group of tracks?
Stealthy.
Would allow you to make a nature check to do that, or a survival check, actually.
Survival check sounds pretty good.
Okay, let me change your athletics to survival. The real fun in D&D is not fighting orcs; it's hiding trails as a group. I genuinely like it.
I do too.
You got to spend over half of your time arguing, or it's not D&D.
Oh, can I guys show you my real quick while we do this? I want to show you my new setup. It makes it so much nicer for. I have like area to put books out and stuff for DMing. Here, I'm gonna put it into. It's a D&D thing. Don't mind my dongle situation. Hate that word, dude. It's probably one of my least favorite words.
Dongle?
Yeah, I don't like it.
That is quite a
I got it.
dongle situation. What are you pointing out again?
Just that I now have that little side table that I can have books open and stuff, and have stacked books next to it. Those are all all those books and notes and stuff.
Hey, your setup's a lot cleaner than mine is.
Are you putting this in the 7 stars?
No, I put it into. It's a D&D thing.
7 stars is for game-related things. It's a D&D thing. It's for memes and everything else.
So, survival from Emus. What's everyone else want to do to help out this situation? I'm assuming kind of what, like what are we doing with Boogie? Are you're casting the cantrip, but are you wanting to like use Arcana to try to maximize the spell's effectiveness in the areas not covered?
I don't really think I've got all that related of a skill check for this. Like I've got a skill that I want to use every skill check, but
What is it?
athletics, but I don't really have a skill that I am necessarily using that I can think of, like a good skill that I'm using.
Yeah, I get you.
Like I'm not above average at perception or whatever. I'm just trying to cast that spell.
Bazoit?
Um, I don't really have anything besides, like, if I do Aura of Courage.
Tibbs investigation. It's not necessarily looking for a spell right now. It's a skill check where you got to go through your skills and see which one would be best to possibly help cover the
like-
villagers' tracks.
Like you could use your investigation or acrobatics to walk behind us and then like toss boulders or rocks into the pathway that make it look more inconspicuous and natural.
Good
When
use
you
for
s-
athletics.
Yeah.
But he's busy doing the spell.
Oh,
No, but she's athletic too, I think.
yeah. That's why I was
Yeah.
talking.
My
Or
strength and constitution is pretty high.
Or you could
Um,
use your perception to kind of look at areas we kind of miss and didn't do a very good job on. So you grab some branches to kind of throw over that area real quickly to make it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to use my strength to whatever areas I think are too big to actually cover, I'll throw some like regular debris in
Okay.
the way to cover.
So
Athletics.
Oh yeah, you could totally move rocks out of the way of the plow and then put them back.
Right.
That's a good idea too.
Clamsy, what are you doing?
I would like to use perception after we're all set up and see how good it looks. Like if somebody was actively looking hard, how easy of a time would they have it?
Like to make corrections where it's obvious and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Nice. Good job, guys. All right.
Yeah.
Roll. We got survival, Emus, athletics, Bezoit, Clamsy, perception, and then Booey's on cantrip duty.
I rolled a 2 plus 12, so 14.
Jeez.
Emus got 17 on survival.
I got 20. 15 plus 5.
Heck yeah.
All right. If your guys' average is a 15 or above, which I think it is,
Yeah, 15's the lowest.
20, well, 14.
14 is the lowest.
17. You guys had a 17 average.
Nice.
Good job. So, what probably would have taken about 45 minutes otherwise, as you guys follow the route, kind of southeastern, it doesn't appear like they headed that far south. Like they didn't seem to think it'd be that big of an issue. Let me grab these guys.
Wait, I thought you said they went southwest. They went southeast?
No. I got my directions mixed up.
Okay.
Southwest is the direction they went. So you guys are able to cut what would have taken 45 minutes down into a 20-minute job as you guys ride the sled along, intermitting away the path of the villagers, who it's like a pretty narrow but mudded up path. Like it's well worn with the mud and how concentrated it was. And you guys follow all the way forward past the Patterson Mill until you get to what appears to be a church and a graveyard. And it appears like the tracks lead right up to the door, and the steps are heavily covered in mud. And it sounds like people talking, and there being like a commotion inside the church.
Now,
Is
is
it the
this
Church
church?
of Torm?
Form?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No.
Yeah, I guess we
Let me look.
continue the thing all the way up to the door. I wouldn't care if they notice or not. Like, I'm just like making sure the tracks are good.
Yeah, this is way closer to the city than I was thinking they would have gone.
Yeah, it was definitely like a getting out of like the main town across the river. Like they were not taking it like getting
Sure.
very far at all. And as you approach, you can actually hear it sounds um I want to say jovial, but there's a set, like the left side of the church seems kind of quiet, and the right side seems like people are kind of having a good time and talking loudly amongst themselves. And
Is it actually sitting on the water on this corner, or is it to the edge
no,
of the map?
yeah, that's the edge of the map.
Okay. So what's beyond it, just so we can have an idea?
It's more kind of like this terrain that you guys passed over here.
So open fields. There's no tree lines.
Well, there's dotted like little patches of
Gotcha.
forest, but nothing big. Like there's no patch of woodland more than probably an acre in size.
All right, everyone, get your bard faces on. We got to convince these people to calmly and carefully get out of Dodge. Are we ready to do this?
Oh.
Dude, it sounds like my upstairs neighbors are having a fucking wrestling pit right now. There's like slamming each other on the ground and shit. It's so loud. Ugh.
Aggressive sex or domestic abuse?
My guess is the latter.
Ugh.
I've actually had to call the cops a few times because of things I've heard.
Damn.
Yeah, not fun. Anyways, sorry to bring the mood down. Back to our game. To get distracted. It's like my parents are fighting upstairs and I'm playing D&D to distract myself.
No.
Anyway.
All right, so as you guys approach, on the way over, you heard a couple more explosions out towards the Wizarding District. But as time went on, probably about 10 minutes later, it seems like there's not a whole lot of commotion going on in that area anymore.
Wait, where's
You
Tammy? Do we send her ahead with
Tammy,
the townsfolk?
I
No,
thought
she was
Tammy
at
was
the
back at
tower
the.
with. Oh no, with
With
Cell and the
Cell.
disabled teacher. Oh no.
Upon realizing this, Emus is going to turn around and immediately volunteer to go back for them, because he can slip through the shadows unnoticed.
You're not gonna go into the church at all. You guys finally got here, smoothed away the dirt and the earth, and made it look really natural, meticulously.
Well,
Cantrips on your way.
Well,
Like,
no, we need to get them
what?
out of town too. So, like, I'll let if I, I'm really stealthy, or Calamity can go. She's really stealthy. Like, one of us can go and collect them and make sure that they know what's happening. Because right now they're just stuck there by themselves.
Calamacy, go. You're freaking fast.
I do have haste.
Well, let's save some casts for healing and stuff.
What happens if I cast haste at level 3? I just want
I'm
to
gonna
see.
just theater
Oh,
my
you could totally just cast haste on her right now.
What's your movement speed, Calamity?
It's 30 bonus action, another 30, and then I can action for another 30.
Okay.
It'll definitely be theater of our mind, but there's still gonna be some rolls that we need to make. I think. I'm gonna need you to make a. Yeah, I want you to make a stealth check for me to see the type of imprints that you leave,
Okay.
whether they're trackable or not.
I would like to enact my boots of false tracks now.
Nice.
Good job.
And I gotta read what the parameters are. Like if it has to be bipedal or what.
Bipedal.
I'll pedal you.
Bro, she says Aunt Tana. You can't argue with
I